I'm currently reading the manga to this anime. I couldn't just let it end where it left off. So I'm currently reading the manga. Expect manga videos for this anime in a few days. I ain't done with it. And this is dead crazy timing because the manga just finished today. At the time I'm recording this video, the manga literally just got completed. So this is crazy dead timing. I swear I didn't even plan this. And just one more thing. I know this intro is dragging. I don't want to see any classroom of the elite debaters in these comments. I swear I will delete your comment. I don't care what you got to say, alright? So anime starts off with MC, Yuuchi, grinding for that bag because he's poor and he's saving up money to go on a school field trip. That costs 70,000 yen, which is around $500 in USD. What fucking school field trip costs that much? I haven't been on a field trip since elementary school, so I couldn't really say, but usually they're free, my nigga. But even after grinding up all that money, it turns out somebody stole the money. Doing cash payments for this damn fundraising school trip was stupid in the first place. Everybody is using digital, so I don't know why we just decided to do cash, but alright. Whatever though, MC didn't even really seem like bothered by this shit, really. But one day he just got a random letter. And the letter said, meet me in front of our school at whatever time. And it was from one of his homies. But when he got there, his homie was just like, alright, what you call us out here for? So obviously it's a trap. Then out of nowhere, MC just gets tased and he's knocked out. When he wakes up, he's in a room with all his friends because they got kidnapped. Just one thing. How is there 5 of you niggas and you get kidnapped? I understand if it was like 1 or 2 of you, but if there's 5 people in a group and you all get kidnapped, y'all are sorry. I can't lie to you. There's no possible way all 5 niggas get kidnapped. Like, okay, maybe 1 or 2 of you might get injured, but at least 1 of you niggas can run away. That's a for sure fact. Whatever though. We're not here to debate logic here. Basically, they all got kidnapped to play this game that will erase their debt. The Tomodachi Game. Quite literally like the title of the show. One of the friends in here has a $20 million debt. Well, 20 million yen. I don't know how much that is in USD, but by participating in this game, they have a chance to get rid of their debt. So obviously they're gonna do it. Let me introduce all the characters before it gets confusing. So we got on the left, that's Tenji, boy with the glasses. Then the girl next to him, I don't remember her name, honestly. She's like the least rememberable character in this whole group, so I'm gonna probably just call her girl or something, I don't know. Then we got obviously MC, Yuichi. Then we got girl next to MC, her name is Shino. Dude next to Shino is Shibe. Whatever, we got introductions. Onto the first game. The first game is something called Kokuri or something. I'm probably butchering it. But basically, imagine a Ouija board, but instead of you asking the ghost a question, you just ask each other a question and you move the little sigil whatever way that you feel is right. But instead of whatever object you're pushing favoring the majority, it favors the minority. I know that's a bad way to explain it, but if you've ever played with a Ouija board, you understand what I'm trying to say. Long story short, niggas was choosing the wrong answers on purpose because by choosing the wrong answer, the round keeps going and your debt doesn't change. One factor I forgot to say, once they got here, all the debt of 20 million was split evenly between all of them. So they're kind of like acting like friends, but in reality, they're just trying to get rid of their own debt and say, fuck you. I should have really brought that context in because it was stupid to mention it now. By purposely choosing the wrong answer, you pass your turn and your debt will just stay normal. Now this is where we're finna find out MC is a crazy ass nigga, obviously, because he's like, okay, obviously one of the homies is a traitor, so he's gonna lock in here. I didn't mention it, but in Kokuri, there's a no talking rule unless you're reading out a question. So if you talk, your debt gets doubled or whatever. But MC just says fuck that rule and just says it how it is. He says one of you niggas is lying. He said he's gonna find whoever the traitor is and deal whatever he does. I don't remember. I'm currently reading the manga, so a few lines are gonna be scrambled up. Either way, he's just letting the traitor know he knows who they are. Well, he doesn't know who they are, but he knows that they're there. Whatever, that first game ends without nothing too major happening. Next game is bad mouthing. Let me give you a cool little explanation of this one. I can actually tell you about this one. It's more concrete and easier to explain. Basically, you got spaces. Every round you move up a space, but you can send your friends a space forward by exposing a secret of theirs. Obviously, this ain't your normal game because this is a death game. So each space you step on can either increase or decrease your debt, but whoever gets to the furthest and ends the game ultimately loses and has to proceed to the next game by themselves. Pretty simple, but it also means this is kind of like the chance for the traitor to fuck a whole lot of people over because their plan was just to all all move together at the same spot. All they would have to do is not expose each other and they can all just progress, because even if their deck goes up or down, they'll still all make it to the goal and all will be able to participate in the final, not in the final, but in the next game, which is more important than, whatever the debt they got currently. But that only works if they're, working as a team. But like I said, there's a traitor. Within the first round, somebody writes a card on Shino exposing her because apparently she had a crush on Yuuchi and she also used to date Tenji. Also, I forgot to mention this in the explanation, but you don't know who exposes you. You write a card inside of a room, but you don't put down your name and nobody knows who wrote what. Whatever, getting your crush exposed isn't a big deal, but it is a big deal because this boy Shibe right here, he likes Shino. So obviously hearing that his homie used to date the girl that he likes and his other homie is the girl that he likes crush is kind of gonna make this nigga get pissed. So they start beefing, but they handle that pretty quickly. But another problem is this other girl likes Yuichi. So her hearing that Shino also likes Yuichi is also gonna be a problem. Especially because this other girl that I don't remember the name of is kind of a bitch. I don't hate her though. I don't hate her. Like, she doesn't do anything that makes her hateable. But I just don't remember her name. I don't know why. Anyways, that first exposé wasn't anything too crazy. So the person writing the cards doubles down and then reveals girl with no name secret. Yes, I'm gonna actually call her that because I don't remember her name. Basically, she used to get paid, which honestly isn't crazy. Honestly, compare it to what these other bitches be doing to get paid. Honestly, it's not even that bad. It ain't like she was on OnlyFans. She ain't a dancer or nothing. I don't see a problem with what she was doing. The biggest problem of it was that she was like young as hell when she did it, but you can't blame her for that. You gotta blame the environment. You know what? I fuck with girl with no name, even though I don't remember her name. She's cool, okay? She's chill. I don't know her name though. I'm not gonna give off any spoilers, but where I'm at in the manga so far, I feel like she's the only like genuine character in this whole show. But that's the only thing I could say. And I'm not too far in the manga, so I can't even say anything about her. She might be on some trick shit too. Who knows? Anyways, I sort of went off topic. Once her secret got revealed, everybody started putting the blame on Shino because she was supposed to be the only person who knew her secret, but that's gonna get unlifted in a second because a flashback reveals that it's actually Tenji's weird ass that's been exposing everybody and he's the traitor. Like, Tenji actually used to stalk Shino, but before you count him out, you gotta hear him out first. Stalking is weird as fuck. I'm not gonna disagree with that. And he kind of messed up in the head. I ain't gonna disagree with that. But he has reasons to all this, but I can't spoil it yet. I'm gonna get to it in about 5 minutes probably. Since they revealed who the traitor was on only episode 3, you can kind of already tell this anime is gonna take a turn, but let me not get to that yet. We still got to finish this game up. But basically, Tenji's whole plan of being a traitor and exposing everybody is because he wants to make Shino look like the bad person so he can have Shino to himself. He's trying to isolate her. Well, he's not trying to have her to himself, but that's like the best way to put it for now. Let me clarify it. Tenji has no romantic feelings for Shino. He's not a stalker on some yandere shit. He's a stalker on some I want to kill this bitch kind of shit. You're probably wondering, what is MC doing during all this? I haven't talked about MC for the past 3 to 4 minutes. This nigga has been in the back scheming this whole time, just watching everything happen, as he should be. He came up with a quite literally flawless plan. Basically, since we're playing the bad mouth game, one more rule I forgot to bring up. My fault, I know, but one more rule. You're obviously not allowed to lie on the cards. If you lie on the cards, you'll get penalized and you get sent straight to the end of the game and you get forced to play the next game by yourself. So MC just came up with a plan. Basically, he says, everybody write that you're the traitor on your card. Since the creator of the game knows who the real traitor is, they'll be able to tell who's lying and who isn't. So everybody who lies gets sent to the next game together, while the traitor gets left behind. So at the same time he completes the level, they also expose the traitor and remove him from the group. Quite literally a flawless plan, but he had to add an extra security measure. Once it was time for the cards to be read after they've been written on, it was only Tenji that wrote on his card, exposing himself, and nobody else even said that they was a traitor. Now you're probably thinking, why wouldn't anybody else write on their cards? That would mean they wouldn't even all progress together anymore. And that's because MC wanted to progress on his own. He said these niggas was wasting my time, they slowing me down, I want to progress on my own. So to do that, he said that one of his previous cards he wrote was a lie. Once the higher ups did a little research, they proved it was a lie, which means he gets penalized and he gets sent to the final game by himself, which was his plan originally, because these niggas was slowing him down, apparently. But apparently MC said, hey, that ain't enough. I need to utterly destroy destroy my reputation and friendship with these niggas before I leave. So he admits one of his biggest secrets. Apparently he murdered 3 niggas. Bro wanted to seem like a badass nigga before he left. He said, oh yeah, I also caught 3 bodies before I got in here. Like, nigga, we don't care. Nah, apparently his friends all did care, because as soon as they heard bro was a murderer, they was like, oh yep, fuck this nigga now. I don't fuck with him no more. But whatever though, it's time for MC to take his exit and leave all these niggas behind. But then Tenji's lame ass says, hold on, let me tag along with you. And it appears he also lied on one of his little cards. It was the first card he put in. He technically never dated Shino. Well, he did date Shino, but he said he had no romantic feelings, so it didn't really count as dating. But then it was like, prove that you had no feelings. So bro said, actually, I like Yuuchi. And they said, nah bro, prove it. And this nigga proved it. Walked dead straight up to nigga and gave this nigga a smooch. Ain't gonna lie, this nigga Tenji destroyed any fucking build up this nigga Yuuchi had. Niggas thought he was a cold-blooded killer. Yeah, they took all your status away from you in about 5 seconds. Anyways, with that, they progressed to the next level together, leaving everybody else behind. To clear it up, Tenji says, bro, I don't actually like you like that. I just wanted to get down here. I wanted to continue because I want to destroy the people who made this game. Now it's time to give Tenji a backstory. And with his backstory, we find out Shino is actually on some demon shit. Like, she is not cool. Like, all that having a crush on MC and all this shit, bro, that shit fake as fuck. Basically, she just leads niggas on to get money and then kind of like ruin friendships. She just likes to fuck people over. We haven't got a definite like backstory or like a clue on her motives yet, but from what Tenji is saying, this bitch is actually pure evil. And we also find out Tenji has been in one of these Tomodachi games before, and it's also Shino's fault that he was here because one of his friends got in hella debt trying to impress Shino, so his friend signed them up to this shit, and then you already know how these games end. And we also figure out Tenji is the one who had the $20 million debt because his friends fucked him over in the game and gave him all the debt. And that's why Tenji started another game with Shino so he could fuck her over and give her the debt that she costed him. But whatever, we don't get to get further into that until we're in the manga. So now let's just do game 3. Once they get to the game 3 arena, there's another group here. Basically, they just gotta play hide and seek, but obviously MC and Tenji at a disadvantage because there's only 2 of them and there's 5 of these niggas. It's team-based hide and seek, so basically one person on each team hides and the rest of the players are the seekers, and whatever team seekers find the other team's hiders wins. Pretty simple. But since MC's team is at an obvious disadvantage, upper management gives them a choice. They can have one extra person join their team. So MC says yes, it's this girl in the back. I'm gonna tell you right now, this girl is finna go through hell. And I'm gonna also spoil it right here. That girl is also working with management. She's not an actual contestant here, but I feel like it's pretty obvious by just looking at her. She just doesn't fit in, and they actually explain that too in a minute, but I just exposed her now because I probably wasn't gonna bring it up anyways. Since MC obviously doesn't trust this new girl, he has Tenji be the hider because, you know, Yuichi's smarter than Tenji, so why would Tenji be the one out there and not MC? One more rule I have to add is the hider's not allowed to leave their spot. Once they choose their spot, they can't move from it. And I won't lie, bro, this nigga Yuichi left this nigga Tenji in there starving for a good 5 days, bro. I didn't mention this previously, but before game 3 even started, they had to sit in a cell where they didn't get to eat for 3 days. So add to another 2 days that Yuichi had this nigga sitting because he can't get up to get food. He's a hider. He moves, he lose. So Yuichi is the one who's supposed to bring him food, but obviously Yuichi hasn't done that, and this nigga's dying out here. But he was low-key thugging this hoe out. Don't worry though, it's not like MC was just sitting on his ass doing nothing. Also, I kind of forgot to do this, but it doesn't matter. I don't really need to give you a introduction to the enemy team. They're not really nothing crazy. They're just like a basketball team or whatever. But their backstory doesn't matter jack shit because they don't come back up in this anime after this game. Anyways, after about 3 days, MC says, actually, fuck it. Let me switch to y'all's side. That was another rule I forgot to bring up. Team members are allowed to switch teams, but once they switch teams, they can't switch back. Even if you switch team and your team wins, that doesn't mean you win. You just get a deduction from your debt. You still have to go back to your homies that you just betrayed after you switch teams, but your debt is lowered. But the enemy team can't decide on whether they'll let him in. They say, we gotta ask our leader first. So MC's finna pull a prime tier fucking instigation. Nigga starts fucking laughing and shit, talking about some, oh, you gotta ask your daddy for everything you want to do, nigga. Y'all some hoes who can't think for yourself. Y'all gotta depend on your big bad leader because y'all can't do anything on your own. Just trying to rile the niggas up and shit because obviously violence isn't allowed here. If you attack somebody on the enemy team, you automatically get disqualified and lose. So he was just trying to rile these these niggas up. Anyways, obviously, as you can see by the scenes that have been replaying, the enemy team just has MC and the girl kind of trapped at the middle because that's where they keep all the food at. You see, MC hasn't been able to deliver food to his bro because if he takes food back to him, all the enemy team has to do is follow him, and then boom, they know where the hiding spot is. So all the enemy team has to do is stalk him, is have somebody watch him the whole time so he can't go back. And since they outnumber him, they can just split up into groups so they can feed their own hider, but MC's hider can't feed himself. One more rule I forgot to give, but the hider himself can end the game by just giving up. The hiders were given a button. If they click it, game over, they lose. So obviously enemy team's just going to try to play the attrition game. They think Taejin's just going to give up because of his hunger or whatever. Obviously MC ain't that dumb, so he just tries to make a run for it, but obviously the enemy's going to chase him. But he planned for that. While he was being chased, he just randomly pushed the girl he was running with off a cliff, and that made the guys chasing him stop to save her. I'm telling you right now, MC has no fucking problem with killing niggas off. Anyways, with the time he was given while they try to save her, he went and gave Taejin some food, just gave him a little bit more time. So back to the girl. You see, Yuuchi isn't so simple that he would just push a girl off and then be done with it there. He already told the girl what was going to happen. He said he was going to sacrifice her, and he said when he does that, I want you to play the role of like a helpless princess or whatever. I mean, just use your mind. There's 5 dudes and there's 1 girl. All that girl has to do is show affection to a few of the guys, and then, you know, jealousy is going to start. Basically, MC's plan was just to get at least one of them to fall for her so they would be easier to manipulate and then break up their team. But simply just flirting with the dudes would take too long, so MC is going to have to, you know, pressure them to speed up the process. MC came back acting like a total dick. He was like, hey, this is my bitch, I could do what I want. But basically he's making her seem helpless, so all the guys want to save her, specifically blonde dude right here because he got a temper. Basically the rule with attacking people only applies to enemies. You can attack your teammates as much as you want, and since blonde haired dude wants to be Captain Save-A-Ho, he switches teams because that means he can attack MC and save the girl. MC swiftly put this nigga in his place though. I ain't even know MC could box like that. Honestly, I thought he was going to be the smart type but couldn't really put in work, but I guess he might have some combat skill. But that would be too simple because then MC could just torture dude since he's on his team and then get the info on the enemy team's hider out of him. But the enemy team already thought of this, so they never told blonde dude where they was hiding their leader at. And blonde dude is also a problem. Because violence automatically equals disqualification of your team. Why butcher that? I'm tired. I swear to God, I'm tired. I would not just butcher that for no reason. But anyways, their plan was just to have the blonde dude, you know, beat up one of his homies on the other team, and then boom, automatically they win because, you know, you can't beat people up in this. So since MC can't just leave this blonde nigga to do what he wants, they're stuck playing that war of attrition again. So then the girl on MC's team just decides to betray nigga out of nowhere. Well, not really out of nowhere, but I'm gonna just say it like that. And the girl tells the enemy team where they're hiding bro. But we all know MC won't just lose like that. So the enemy team found the hider, but it seems like it's too late because the enemy team already lost. Now let me explain how Yuuchi won. It's quite simple though, but a little crazy. Basically, he just called the enemy team's leader and said, hey bro, I got your nigga. I'm gonna torture this nigga till you give up. And he started beating this nigga's ass while on FaceTime. Now it wasn't on FaceTime, it was just a direct call, but still. So obviously the enemy team leader is just gonna have to give up. And anyways, that's the end of that game. I don't even remember what benefits MC got from winning this game. I know that means they get to continue, but like, did MC's deck get lowered with this, or like what's up? I wasn't really paying too much attention at the start when they was explaining the rules. I only keyed in for the important rules obviously, but I did not hear anything about debts. Doesn't matter though. Now after completing that game, the managers let them step outside, you know, take a break. Obviously if they tell anybody what happens, they'll just get killed off. The game's not over, they're finna bring them back in, but they said, hey bro, y'all can step out, we need some time to set up the next game. So they're gonna all separate. Soon as MC got back though, it seems like everything on the outside world kind of went to shit within like 5 days. Apparently Shibe got arrested for murdering his own father. You don't get to learn more about that until you're in the manga, so I'm not gonna talk about it. Shino is also missing for an unexplained reason. It's also explained in the manga, but I can't tell you yet. You might just have to watch my other video, bro. Oh damn, shameless plug. And then we just got Girl with No Name. She was doing nothing the whole time they was missing. Yeah, she just been sitting here. Ain't nothing really crazy about her. Anyways, while MC was trying to investigate the scene, because, you know, Shibe killed his father. So he was trying to talk to Shibe, talking about what the fuck happened. But while he was there, trying to see what Shibe was about, this nigga looked crazy. Look, he passed that. This officer walks up talking about don't get involved. He said, if you treasure the life of you and your families, you better back up. The MC's crazy ass said, hey nigga, I don't cherish a thing, so what you gonna do? I'm right here. Threatening an officer, bro? Yeah, it ain't the smartest thing to do, but nigga sounded cool as hell when he said it, so I rock with it. Whatever though, past that point. So MC ran back into a Girl with No Name, and he was like, honestly bro, you're holding down the team, so I'm just gonna tell you to fuck off. He just insulted her a whole lot, telling her, bro, when this game restarts, don't come back and don't join back. He's trying to play the villain role because he wants her to just keep her distance from everybody. He said he'll take all her debt and he'll just erase it himself because she's too fucking useless that she'll slow down the team. He's not really wrong because she wasn't putting in any work, but it was pretty fucking harsh the way he put it. Not wrong though, because she's really not doing nothing, but like, you know. So yeah, he ended his friendship with her right there. But then she just miraculously gets kidnapped, and then MC saves her, and now she loves the nigga again, and now they're just on good terms, yada yada. I'm skipping this little last arc because it doesn't have much relevance. Let me just bring up this dude right here. He's basically a hired thug, and he was paid to fuck MC up or whatever. His name is like Rukia or something. Only reason I'm bringing him up is because he comes back up in the manga, and I'm going to make a manga video after this, but I'm not going to re-say all this shit I said in this anime video. So for the manga video, I'm going to just refer back to this anime video, so I have to give a few details that are going to pertain to the manga video in this video. I hope that makes sense. Whatever though, after doing all that, the Tomodachi niggas randomly just bust into the establishment talking about what y'all doing here, yada yada, boom boom. But then they also say, hey, y'all can save y'all friend Shibe from getting, you know, prosecuted as a murder if you come back to the Tomodachi game and play one more game with us, or keep playing the game, not play one more game. We know it ain't over like that. But they said, hey, you can save your friend if you keep playing the game. And then that's the end of the anime. Now I'll be back with the manga video in a few days. I don't know how long it's going to take me to read it. I'm already halfway through. Not halfway through, but I'm already decently through. So I'll see y'all in a few days whenever I finish the manga. I probably won't post any anime videos until I finish the manga, so yeah.